Hi, welcome to lessonswithtroy.com. I'm Troy Brenningmeyer. Well, in this week's lesson, we're back to arranging a song for the Dobro, and I'm focusing on showing you how to arrange a song in different keys. We're taking the song Bury Me Beneath the Willow, and I'm showing you how to arrange it in 4 different keys. So I have an arrangement in the key of C, in the key of D, in the key of F, and in the key of G. So if you're ready, go and print out your tablature for all these. I got 4 different tabs. Here would be the 1 in C, and as you can tell, I have the chords, but beside the chords too, a very important thing, I have the Roman numeral, like your 1 chord, your 4 chord, your 5 chord, the key of D, the key of F for this tune, and also the key of G. Now, each key kind of presents its own challenges and its own special things that you can do over each chord. Like sometimes, like say for the key of G, you've got a lot of open strings you can use, but for the key of F, I'm keeping it all in closed position. So it's real neat to try to figure out one song and try to play it in several different keys, and that's what we're going to do with this lesson. So we're focusing on lots of double stops, slants, some hammer-ons and pull-offs in the open position. So lots of stuff in this one. Lots of great licks. It's slow. I think you'll really have fun. So I've got jam tracks in each key as well. So lots of stuff to work on. So let's jump right on in and print out your tab and set it on a stand in front of you. And let's get going here with arranging the song on Dobro, learning Bury Me Beneath the Willow in 4 different keys. Okay, so the first key we're going to work with is the key of C. This is version number 1. So go ahead and print that out and set it on a stand in front of you. And before I teach you everything in the tab, what I want to show you is the chords and basically how to play a real simple rhythm to this song so that you can understand the chord progression and you can understand the melody and how it's going to fit over the chords. Well, first of all, we want to start to think of the chords in numbers as opposed to just C, F, and G chord. We want to think of the 1, 4, and the 5 chord. Okay, so that's really going to help us in changing keys and playing the song in different keys if we can think of the scale and think of the chords in numbers. So here we go. So C is our 1 chord. And I'm going to say it's the 1 chord because it starts on the first note of the C major scale. So on our 5th fret, that's how we're going to play our C chord. So per measure in this song, a real simple rhythm is just to go boom, chick. Take your thumb, hit your 6th string, and then just lightly strum from your 4th string through your 1st string. Or, you could, doesn't have to be exact, but just do a thumb and a strum. And you're going to do that 4 times per measure for each chord. Okay, so on measure 2, after we do that pickup, right, so that's going into measure 2. When we're on that C chord, or our 1 chord, we're going to do a boom, chick 4 times per measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's just a bass with the thumb and then just a light strum. Okay, and then on measure 3, when we move to that 4 chord, our F chord, 10th fret, same thing. We're doing a bass and the strum 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back to our C chord or our 1 chord in the key of C. 2, 3, 4. And then in measure 5, we go to our G chord, which is our 5 chord. Okay, now I also put in there a G7 chord, but just to keep it simple, let's just strum a G chord either open or on your 12th fret. Now let's review for a second in case I'm losing some people here. C is our 1 chord because it's the first note of our C major scale. It's also called the root of the scale. As we move up the scale, C, D, E, F, we're going to put numbers to those. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, F, 4 chord. And we're going to call this F chord, because it's the 4th, built off the 4th tone of our C major scale. That's our 4 chord. Okay, now the G is built off the 5th tone of our C major scale, so we're going to call that the 5 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C, D, E, F, G. 5 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord. Okay, so just keep that in mind as we keep playing through, in different keys. That's kind of the first step in arranging this tune, is to get used to the scale, whether it's, in a position or, just on going up a couple strings like I did there, C, D, E, F, and then understanding where your 1, your 4, and your 5 chord are in the song, and then how the melody is going to fit over each chord. So that being said, let's try to play the chords to this song first, and I'll name these chords for you, and then I'm going to try to sing the basic melody to the song while I'm doing my simple boom chick rhythm pattern. Okay, so here we go. Following your tab, we're going to basically start on measure 2 because measure 1's a pickup. So I'm going to go C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, and C, 2, 3, 4, and G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, 3, 4, and C, and G, and C, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's naming the chords, but we want to get deeper, right? We want to think of the chords not as C, F, and G anymore. We want to think of the chords as 1, 4, and 5. Okay, so remember, C's our 1 chord. Even though it's on our 5th fret, the numbers have nothing to do with the frets. That's the scale degree in which the chord's built off of. Okay, so C's 1, F's 4, and G's 5. And also, sometimes I'll play G open, like that. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to name the numbers of the chords now, the scale degrees. So 1, 2, 3, our 4 chord, 2, 3, 4, back to our 1 chord, 2, 3, to our 5 chord, 2, 3, 4, and 1 chord, 2, 3, 4, and our 4 chord, 2, 3, 4, and 1 chord, 5 chord, 1 chord. Let's try that again. 1 chord, 3, 4, 4 chord, 2, 3, 4, and 1 chord, 2, 3, 4, and our 5 chord, 2, 3, 4, and our 1 chord, 2, 3, 4, and our 4 chord, 2, 3, 4, 1 chord, 5 chord, 1 chord. Now, I'm going to sing the melody of this song so that you can hear how the melody fits over top of the chord. But I'm going to go even further than that. I'm going to try to sing the melody, but just sing the name of the chord while I'm singing that, or the number of the chord, like 1. So the first melody starts there, but that's going to be too high. So I want to match my pitch here. Bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree. Okay, so there's the melody of the song. But now let's try to, I'm going to sing the melody, but sing the chords. It'll be C, 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 F, 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 C, 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 G, C, 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 F, 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 C, G, C. Okay, now I'm going to sing it, but do the number of the chord. Okay, remember C's our 1 chord, F's our 4, G's are 5. So it'd be, match my pitch. 1 chord, 1 chord, 4, 4 chord, 1 chord. This is the 4, 5 chord. Okay, let me try that again. Here we go. 1